with either hand. Okay, so that
there's my hit, here's my hit, here's my hit. You notice I'm constantly closing the gap.
And I will do this two ways. I will do it. People say, were you friends with Bruce Lee? I was not a friend in the sense of a friend, where I think of a friend that there's an emotional relationship, a caring, a sharing, a give and take, without having to feel indebted type of thing. And then there's the acquaintance friendship of just you happen to be together for long periods. Some people can be acquaintance friends for 20 years, but you're not really friends. I was not Bruce's friend because I didn't really care for him in that way. We did not hang out other than martial arts. Other than that, I had no social contact with Bruce. But when Bruce decided he needed to make some money to break from Ruby Chow's, to get away because he had no money, he needed to do something to earn money, so he went down to what they call the Seattle Times and he stuffed newspaper inserts. He would do these funky jobs. So he decided the only thing he could do was teach. He didn't know what to teach because what he taught us and the way we worked was no structure. He did whatever he wanted to do. So in order to teach and charge money, he had to create structure. So he created Jun Fan, which is Bruce's Chinese name, Jun Fan Lee. Well, we didn't like what he was doing because he changed the stance, he changed the center line application. I mean, he was changing these things that to us were critical for fighting. So I asked him one day, Bruce, why are you changing this? And he said, why should I teach someone to beat me? Oh, okay, I can understand that. So anyway, he began to teach Jun Fan. Well, Jesse and I, in the group, broke away from the general training because we didn't want to do that. And this happened over a period of time. We still trained and then we didn't train and blah, blah, blah. But Jesse and I used to go down to Chinatown to where Bruce had his club. And we would watch. One day, a student came up to me and said, why don't you guys train with us? And I said, because we don't care what you do. Bad mistake. It got back to Bruce. Jesse and I went down this one day, and Bruce came up to me, and he had a pair of leather gloves, and he's going and hitting them. You could tell he was mad. He wasn't upset, he was mad. Why did you say that? Say what? Why did you say blah, 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 you know, about not doing it? I said, well, and I tried to explain it. And then I realized it wasn't the right thing to do. Because Bruce saw it as something that I had no business doing, I shouldn't have said anything, blah, blah. And I said, you're right. I said, it was a mistake on my part, I shouldn't have said anything. Bruce was ready to fight.
If there's one thing that can be said about Asian kata, looks can be quite deceiving when it comes to the application of a form. The standard interpretation is a simple block strike. But this isn't at all what the kata is teaching. In fact, I'm going to step off to the left forward diagonal, and my punch isn't a punch at all, but in fact a setup to begin a sequence to place my attacker into a double lock, a shoulder lock followed by a wrist lock. A good deal of repetition is necessary to build up the sensitivity to be able to apply this lock correctly.
So Hector's going to just give me a boxer's jab for the purpose of this segment, okay? That's the most common front hand strike we're going to see. He's not going to do a straight punch and keep it locked out. He's going to give me a jab and retract, okay? Jab and retract, okay? So when he does the jab and retract, let's take a look at some of the principles of the timing here. So there's 3 times that I have, and what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the Pak Sao. The Pak Sao, which we've been working off of, we're going to apply the Pak Sao to the 3 times. There's other tools as well that we can apply, but we're going to stick to the paksa. Okay. So the first time is going to be he jabs, and then when he retracts, that's how I enter. Okay. I use mansao, my lead hand, to track his hand back. Here, and then I come. Okay. One more time. Here, and then I come on his retraction. So let's see that again. Here, see as he's retracting his hand back, I create the bridge, and there's the paksa. One more time.
One of the main principles in Shinshin Mugendo is I'm not trying to escape this attack. If he attacks me and I just try to get away, I'm doing nothing. What I'm trying to do is when he makes an attack, I want to be able to be in a position where he's at a disadvantage. So if, for instance, he throws a punch, I'm here. So all I do is shift at this angle, and I'm at a point where he's at a disadvantage. I'm not trying to get away from his attack. I'm trying to set him up so he's vulnerable to my attack.